Hi and welcome to episode 22 of our playthrough with Empyrion. So where we are is we spent the last 3 episodes getting rid of the drone bases. If we just look at our solar system, we got rid of the drone base in Siena, Omicron and Symos. And we also made our first capital vessel. If we go to F2, and that's this Raytracer. So what we're going to do is spawn this in this episode, and we're going to go interstellar. Because if we look at what we were trying to do, or what we are trying to do, and that is we're trying to build a bigger capital vessel, which we can use as a base. And we're going for this Leviathan here. If we just go to the factory, we've got a bunch of stuff here already. We would need to make 36 growing plots, which we can do. The big blockage was 6 large optronic bridges and 3 matrices, but I did a check and we do have all the resources for those, so I've got them coming. One's already made. So that means that we will then have, if you just go back to F2, so we'll have this, we'll have the bridges, we'll have the matrices. Growing plots, steel growing plots, we can do that. Now where we're going to be short is the titanium, but remember we did have 3 auto miners on Siena, on very large deposits. So next visit we should be able to get the titanium rods we need. We've got various auto miners on iron around the place, but it's not great because a lot of it's on medium-sized mines. We've got one here, one there, so that's 2 medium. That's a large carbon. So ideally we would want to find some larger deposits to put those on, but we should be getting close with the iron as well. Now Sathium is our problem. I've been buying some Sathium, which is where that 2592 came from, and we also have another 4000 here. And I guess we could keep buying it, but it would be nice to find a planet where we have a regular source. But the thing is we can't find any mines in this solar system, so we have to go interstellar, and that's where our new capital vessel comes in. Now as soon as we spawn our capital vessel in, it's going to need a few things. It's going to need pentaxid to warp around, but also for its shields, and this is the type of ammo that it takes, so I've got a bunch of it made already. Now if we do find a planet with some Sathium, this is all the goods that we're going to need if we want to set up a Blue Moon base there. And these are also the goods that we're going to need to spawn in a Polaris Scout. Now I've also made 5 of these MT2 thrusters, because very often if you find Sathium, it's on a planet with high gravity, and the normal Polaris Scout can't move very well, or hardly at all actually, with the normal thrusters, and we would have to place a bunch of these on, one in each direction, so that it could actually move. So let's just have a quick look at where we are with the Merc. So we have 2 auto mining devices which we can place down once we get to a new planet, but we can only warp within 30 light years. So if we set up a base there with a teleporter link, it means we'll be able to warp backwards and forwards. So if we find some better resources or larger mines, for example, larger iron mines, then we'll be able to come back here. We'll just be able to teleport around and just pick up some auto miners from elsewhere, or just buy some more cores and make them. But anyway, let's go get our new capital vessel spawned in. Sorry, F2 and into library. So Raytracer spawn, so it's quite a big beastie. And then what we can do as well is just power this up a second. So just going V to get into third person, we can park this on top. Gotta wait for the docking sound. Yep, there she is. Okay, so now we can fly around and it'll take the Merc with us. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to get on and off this thing, to be honest, because should be okay here. But let's go pick up everything that we need anyway. I think we've got... Is the power on here? Okay, get that off. So what we need is just to pick all of this up. Let's just get out of that third person. We just need to pick all of this up and put it into the Raytracer there. And then we're ready to leave. Can't think of anything else we need to do. So I'll just do that off camera and I'll see you once we're ready to go. Okay, we are packed up and we're ready to go. So just looking at P, we've got our ammunition in, we've got our oxygen in, we've got our fuel in, we've got our pentaxid in. Now to fly this we need to go V third person and let's go. Arriving in space, let's just take a look around. So now we go to the galaxy map, and it's just a question of where we go. Now the capital vessel CV can go up to 30 light years. So for example, this one 34.5 can't do, this one we can. And there's a question about which direction we want to go in as well. So this is our star system here. Now if we head this way we head into Xerax territory, which isn't a problem, because unless you get deep into Xerax territory you don't meet the stronger ships. The vessel we're in will be able to take care of all the small and medium ones without too much problem. But where we probably want to go is Polaris, because it would be nice to find a trader that we could warp to in their territory. So we want something in this color sphere here. So that's us. So it's hard to get an angle on this to see exactly what's in Polaris territory. These are not. It looks like these are. That's 36, so we can't get there. That's 24.9, so we can get to either of these two. I don't think it matters which one. So let's try this one. So look, target. Head towards it. And K for warp. We got an explorer token there for discovering a K-class sun, but let's just go M from map and see what we've got. So there's the trading post, which will be Polaris, and if it has a teleporter, which they often do, it's something we could teleport backwards and forwards. So these are asteroid belts and other things. So what we want, is it just the one planet? No. So this one, info panel, and we want planet, and there's no, we're looking for Sathium, there isn't any, okay. This one. No. Let's try the moon. Nope. Alright, that's a bust. So there was, we could go further, but we would have to piggyback. So we could go further, for example, we could go here, but then we'd have to warp back to here and then warp back home. And we couldn't teleport from here either, if it's more than 30 light years, because the teleporter range is 30. But we did see one that was, it was this one, wasn't it, Rama Beta. So this is within teleport distance of Elion. So let's try that one. Just arriving in Rama Beta, we got another explorer token for an O-class sun. All right. So M again. This one looks pretty spread out. So we got this, oh Josh. Sathium, nice. Alright, so we've got a source of Sathium here. It's not high gravity either. Difficulty there is high radiation, but we do have armor boosts which have radiation protection, so we can go in and out of here without any difficulties. So that's one option. There's also pentaxid, and we don't have a regular source of pentaxid at the moment. So that's a candidate. So this one looks very spread out. So we can't get to that planet. Moon, no Sathium. Moon 2, no Sathium. One planet left. Egg B. So that does have Sathium, and there you've got your high gravity, which is no problem, we can manage that too. And you've got the moon, no Sathium, moon 1, no Sathium, moon 2, no Sathium. So I think our best bet is this one, because the radiation's easier to handle than high gravity, because high gravity we'd have to make all those modifications to the SV, and this one we don't. So I think that's our best bet. So let's lock target and head off. Stopping the ship just outside of Ojosh. We're 1.38 kilometers away. What I'm going to do is get out of the CV and then into the SV, which is a bit faster, and explore the planet that way. So one thing I just want to do first is just mark where we are with a waypoint. Just call it ship. We can remove this later. I did lose a ship once in space. I can't remember if it's easy to find without the waypoint, but I did lose one once because I just couldn't find any way to get back to it. So that's avoided now. So let's just get into the SV, and I'll see you once we got on Ojosh. And here we are on Ojosh. So one thing I've done, if we just go into devices, I made a point of putting the radiation protection boosters on, because if we just look at, let's go M and look at the planet information again. We've got radiation of 14.2. Now those two boosters give us radiation protection up to 16, so I think we're good there. Now as far as temperature, minus 39 to 40, so it might get cold or hot, but we'll see. Let's just open up the map. Well, firstly let's just see what's on the planet. So, Ensol. So we've got a bunch of Polaris stuff, which isn't surprising because we're in Polaris territory. And we've got a trading station here, so we'll head there. Got a colonist's blue moon. But the trouble is, we aren't friendly with those guys, so we can't teleport to any of their establishments. So just going into factions. So we're neutral with them, but it means that we're not friendly enough to use any teleporter systems that they might have. So Polaris as it is. So let's just open up the map and head to very large, nice. So here's all the Polaris stuff, and we're within shouting distance of a very large Sathium deposit. So that looks like, and we're looking for pentaxid as well, because we don't have a source of either of these. So that's definitely where we're going to be heading. So let's go. Just coming into the pentaxid deposit now, just going M again, so it's this one. So we're going to park our auto miners here and here, and then head off and set up base somewhere down here in Polaris territory. So that was one of those Uyghurs or whatever they're called. Pentaxid right here. That'll keep us going because we don't get through that much pentaxid at the moment. Next, Sathium. 400 per hour. Nice. Right. Just coming into the trading station now. So there seem to be quite a lot of enemies around, and we're picking up a lot of reputation points, as you can see in the top left there, with Polaris taking out whatever enemies they are that the turrets are picking up on. But let's get out and see where we are anyway. This is one type of base I am not familiar with. So weapons, commodities. Usual tier 1 stuff. Tier 2 weapons. Now we do have a few spare sets of heavy armor which we could do with selling at some point. And he takes night vision goggles because we can't, that's one thing that you can't deconstruct. We've got a bunch of those we need to get rid of. He takes medium armor. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. No, he takes platinum ingots, and we've got platinum bars. So that's not what we want. Medium armor again. Prices do differ trader to trader, so we'd have to compare the prices. I didn't make a note of the previous prices, but in NVGs again. Again, I don't know if this is more or less than the other trader. Okay. Right, good. And this is what we were hoping for right here. So we can get backwards and forwards to our base now. And it means that we don't need to place down a base here because we can use this teleporter. So all we need to do is place down an SV here just to get back and forth to our auto miners. Let's just go M again. Now remember, we were looking for larger iron mines. Now given that we've got to make this trip here, that's a large iron mine there, and it wouldn't be too far out of our way to do this circuit. So I think I'm going to do that probably off camera, go pick up a couple more auto miners, and maybe this one and this one. That way we have this circuit here which picks up Sathium, iron and pentaxid. That sounds like a plan. But I think this is going to give us all the Sathium we need, but I might temporarily place another one down here as well, just to get to the Sathium that we need for that upgraded CV. But let's just spawn in our, because we're going to need this once we leave to get around. Lights on. So it's just the usual adjustments. Fuel it up. Oxygen. No shields to worry about. Stick some ammunition in there. We're good. Now we just need to get this in so that we can go a decent speed. We don't need one of those, given that we're not on high gravity planet. And we're good. Now there is another trader in here. So he will take platinum bars. So let's give him some. So what's that? 222 plus 22, 244. He'll take. What else we got here? There's not going to be any traders in the habitats. Don't think there are traders here, but let's check out just check out these three. So let's go to the agri station. Here we are at the agri station. Oh, this is one of those traders like the one on at the trading base in Siena. He takes platinum bars here. So let's give him some. 858, 48,000. Okay. So it looks like this is a pretty decent place. We can get rid of so there's two traders that will take platinum bars here. One that will take a large amount, one not so large. Because the one in the trading base over there, sometimes they take as few as 30, 40, 50, and sometimes hundreds. So I don't know what's in these places. I'm guessing nothing. Temperature minus 14, yeah, we're good. Now I'm guessing there's nothing we're interested in there. Secure bot gamma. I'm guessing nothing in there of interest either. So it's just the trading station and the agri station. And we're good, and we don't need to place down our own base. So we can get in and out now. We've got a vehicle to go pick up. Just power down. So we've got a vehicle to get around the auto miners. So what I'm going to do off camera is go get a couple more auto miners and place them on the iron here. And then that should get us, all we would need to do then is wait a little while and we'll have our upgraded CV here. Because the Sathium should come in pretty quick now. Once we get 2 auto miners on the iron, we'll be there as well. Titanium. We haven't been to Siena for a little while now, but once we go there, we've got 3 auto miners on very large deposits. So we should be there with these 3. And then it's just a case of making the growing plots. And then we've got our upgraded capital vessel that we can use as a base, and we can start touring the star systems. Alright, I'm going to end the episode here, and next time I suspect we will have all the materials we need here, and we'll be able to spawn this in. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.